Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mass Music Morning Show. I am Mr. Dr. J, the Jake of all trades, here with the homeboys. We've got the CEO, Shlomo Bo, across from me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's
Next
going
to
on?
him, DJ Famous Shamus.
The muscle of Mass Music Radio.
And if chances, we should have a muscle off.
We should.
Get Jimmy Askins on here, too. And on that point,
Rascals.
Jimmy from the Q.
He thinks he's the muscle.
Yep.
Thinks he's the muscle.
I'm the
but-
muscle and the brains and the penis of Mass
He's
Music
definitely
Radio.
the dick of the group, for
Yeah,
sure.
facts.
For sure.
But Jake, what are we doing today? What are we talking
we
about,
got we got a great show ahead of us.
Ooh.
We're going to be talking first about some hilarious, embarrassing injuries that we've had, sports or non-alike. And what's important with injuries is to take care of yourself.
Definitely.
We'll also be talking about taking care and many other albums by the artist Drake. Another Jewish ache, so that's my guy. So
Facts.
Listen, man.
stay tuned. It'll be a
Jewish
good
ache.
show. We got a lot for you.
So,
Yes, sir.
we're talking about injuries.
Yes.
And
Injuries
I guess,
aside.
you know, I haven't really been injured much because I am a bit of a savage.
Well, it's
You know what I
injuries
mean?
in times you've been down bad.
Down bad. Ooh, I've been
very
down
important
bad.
distinction.
A monumental amount of times. But if I'm gonna start with the injury side of things. I'll never forget the most embarrassing injury of all time. It was when I went from such a high of having fun and living life, and then just
Yeah.
hurt and in pain and upset. So I'm running around the crib as a child, as a little youth, you know. And Puerto Ricans love their dominoes. You know what I'm saying? At my grandparents' crib, that's the hub where everyone links up. They got their Bud Lights, they got their cigs inside, and they got their dominoes.
Cigs inside.
You know, and
Gotta
so
make sure they're
and
inside.
sometimes sometimes you don't want to have a kitchen chair. So what my grandparents did was they had a bench made, and like the artist who made it had like the Puerto Rican flag on top. It was like an all red bench. So they would have this pushed up to the table so that multiple people could sit there.
Right.
So Johnny and I, mind you, this is one of the off days during the week. There's no dominoes, no bones going on. Relaxed vibes, everyone's chilling. So naturally, as children, Gianni's chasing me around. So we're fucking, we're playing tag and shit. And I'm like, oh, I got this motherfucker. I'm gonna bring him through a loop. And so I dip around the table. I crawl under the table, right? And I'm crawling under the table. I see he comes behind me. He's crawling after me. Hilarious times. I'm giggling. So fun. My big ass. I'm crawling to the other side of the fucking other side of the table. Boom. What happens? I smack my head off of that bench that was pre-made, right?
Ooh.
This thing's a good, like, 50, 60 pounds. It's a fucking hefty piece of wood. Bro, that's not where it gets bad. I hit the thing, and I'm like, damn, my head kind of hurts. And being a dumbass, I'm crawling. My fucking hands are out. The thing starts to tip over. Fucking crinkles. Just two of my fingers broken immediately.
Ooh.
Like, it just slowly... Bro, the tears, the pain... The anguish.
The fall from grace.
My Puerto Rican grandmother's putting fucking butter on it. She put, God rest her soul, bro. But
What?
She put butter, because she didn't have ice. So she's like, let me put something cool on it. I got butter on my fucking fingers. I'm like, should be in a doctor's office right now. I'm sitting here with fucking butter watching MTV2 trying to...
Fingers get
Yeah,
crushed.
exactly. I'm
Put
like,
some butter on it. You'll be all
you
right.
fucking sauteed
I
my
got a
fingers
question.
instead of fixing them.
Question: was the butter coming from the freezer, or was just like
I don't
just
know. I
slapped
don't
it
know.
up?
I'm not gonna roast. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother was a woman of interesting ways, straight from the literal jungles of Puerto Rico, like fucking real Taino shit. So she, I guess butter had something to do with it. I don't know. That shit was fucking horrible.
Can you
though.
still move them?
I could still move them. I had to have a splint, and I remember thinking at the time because it was my right hand. And so I was like, Doc, how am I supposed to write? Got to be out of school for like 4 months, right? He was like, go to hell. Like, you'll be there on Monday. So I was there like writing like this.
You'll be there on
horrible. It was horrible. You know what I mean? I really thought I was going to be good to just, give it time to heal from my injury. But yeah, that was not only the only time I've broken a bone in my life, but just so embarrassing and one of those things where you really wish a time machine was invented. Like, can I just go back 10 minutes in my life and just not do what I just did? So I was down bad, I was injured, and I was everything in once.
I was down bad.
It was horrible. It was a horrible time. What about you guys? Enough about me. What do you guys? When you guys get hurt at all? You guys, when was the last time you've been hurt?
Man, I've been hurt emotionally.
Worst
No,
time you've been hurt.
I have a hilarious story. It's not even about me. Like, I didn't get hurt in this instance. My sister, however, she got
Oh, I know this story.
kringled. And it's hilarious. So
She got
back in the
what?
day, kringled.
Kringled.
Kringle.
Bundled.
Bundled.
She bundled herself. So We're at my grandmother's house back in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. Kind of, very woodsy area.
Yeah, south of Worcester.
Right.
little.
So we're sledding, right? It had been below freezing for about, 6-7 days. So it's a sheet of ice.
Yeah.
And in her backyard, there's a yard off to the side, and then there's 3-4 steps, and then there's a big field, right? So you could slide down the steps into the field. It was fun. So I'm making my way. I'm running. I'm about to slide down those steps, correct? I look over. My sister runs, and she goes, I'm going to surf. Watch this. And she's running, jumps on the sled, right? Whew, goes ass over tea kettle. Boom. Hits the ground. And I was in the motion of sledding, but I was running and looking to the side. I watched this all unfold. So I slide down the hill. I'm dying laughing. Like I couldn't get up for a minute because I was just laughing so hard.
Slipped and flipped around is what you're saying?
She jumped on the board like 2 feet, and it went out from under her,
Oh,
and she just
feet in the air.
yeah. So she's down.
Wow.
So I make my way up the hill. I take my time because I'm laughing.
Still pissing yourself
I
laughing.
got tears. I'm laughing so hard. I get there, and she didn't get up. She was still like kind of laying on her side.
Oh God.
I'm like, yo, you all right? And she's crying. She's like bawling her eyes out. I'm like, oh my, are you all right? So I pick her up. We go inside. My mom's pissed. She's like, all right. Like, we had just gone there not too long before, so we had to obviously go home.
She's like, the fuck?
Next day, we go to New Jersey to see my aunt, right? We were supposed to go on a family trip. My aunt is a surgeon, right? It's a doctor. So the whole ride, my sister is like, it's like a 4.5 hour ride. She's just cruising along, very obviously in pain. And we get down there, and she's still complaining. Like, she tried to brush her hair, I remember, and was just like still crying. My mom's like, what is going on with you? We get to the doctor's office. They take an x-ray. She had cracked her humerus, which is this bone from your elbow to your shoulder. Like, pretty hard bone to crack. And it was like a whoosh, broke her arm. Had her in a sling. But just the way it went down, man.
You can still see it.
Physical comedy will always be just hilarious.
That's one thing for me. My instant reaction when someone gets hurt is to laugh. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's so bad for me. I don't mean it in a mean way. It's just hilarious.
It depends on the injury. I think I've said it before. Injuries like Gordon Hayward, or there was a boxing match recently where the guy broke his shin.
Oh yeah.
I saw I can only watch it once. When the body gets distorted in a way it's not supposed to.
Yeah, that's when I'm more like,
I cringe. But if it's slapstick, like my sister going boom hitting the ground, or
someone tripping.
Yeah, tripping or knocking into something, that shit's hilarious.
But also, I've told the story numerous times, but the story of me falling down the stairs in high school is also up there.
That's a classic.
I won't retell it for time's sake, but
Season 1, check it out.
Season 1, I tell the story of me falling down the second by second, frame by frame retelling of me falling down the stairs. Amazing story.
You did the video with the guy from the top stairs.
Exactly.
Right?
That's exactly what happens. That was down bad, fucking more than you can be.
I was down bad.
What about you guys?
I broke my arm on the jungle gym. That's the only bone I broke was my arm.
On the jungle gym? Fuck.
Yeah,
what were you doing?
I was climbing, and I let go and fell right in the arm. Broke the arm. But I got to say, probably the best thing for me, because
really,
when you're in second grade and you roll up in that bitch with a brand new cast, God bless you.
Thank you.
You are the alpha. You are the man. I really think I actually transitioned into a cool kid once I had this cast.
Definitely.
Because everyone wanted to sign that.
You're the
bitch.
hottest thing. Everyone want, even if they don't know you, they're like, let me get some action on that cast.
I think even Miss Sandboard took a picture of me once because really? The cast was it was a drip. It was drippy. It was. Everyone wanted to sign it, and I really suggest every kid out there that's
break your arm.
That's getting bullied. Yeah, just break your arm,
break some shit.
and you'll gain some popularity. But I think I've had a couple of C words, aka concussions. That's what us football players call.
Never had one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had one against Duxbury football. And Duxbury
football, not a good football team right now.
They're
racist as hell.
They're historically a very talented football team, and they're much bigger, stronger kids. And I remember it was a huge game for Quincy High, and my grandparents from my dad's side of the family who would never come down and see me. So high pressure game for me.
Oh god!
And I remember they're up by a few points, and they're at the goal line about to score. and it was a third down, and I had made a huge play in the backfield to stop them from scoring.
Legend.
But I was hurt. I was like deeply
it's
hurt.
one of those ones?
Yeah, so like, my neck and my head both like from the tackle really was affected, and they went to hurry up offense.
Oh no!
So I'm
Get
basically still
That's a
fucking.
nightmare.
That's why they did it. They saw you over there fucking spinning around.
I
Quick!
I don't know
hike the
what's
ball.
wrong with me. I either have like a neck or a head issue,
That's horrible,
but
so I don't mean to laugh.
I barely get back to the line of scrimmage before they say hut. So the play starts. I'm basically not even in a
disoriented,
stance
yeah.
yet. Yeah. So immediately when the play starts, I get fucking flung backwards to the point where like I'm like in the air. I get put on my ass to the point where it's like I am now like on
This
my
double
back,
concussion.
and I'm like I'm getting my ass kicked by this huge lineman. So like the only thing I can like think to do was to just kick up, which I did. I kicked him right in the face, which is a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down, which we had stopped him again, but because I kicked him in the face, because again I was still fucked up from the previous play, and I still was like I just wasn't thinking. I kicked him in the face. We got a 15-yard penalty, first down. They scored a touchdown. They won the game. I blew it. So I was injured.
That's down
and
bad.
I was down bad. So that was pretty bad too. And then of course there was that one summer, 2016. I had mono and strep throat at the same time. I thought I was gonna die. Also, too, I had a
Whose
100
ass were you eating?
someone's ass, but
God damn.
what made it worse
Someone's
though is
ass.
like I was sick and injured and down bad. I had $100 bet on the Warriors beating the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that was a series where the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead to LeBron James. So not only did I have to, that's the only thing I was sitting in my bed watching the entire time. I lost $100 and I lost a good chunk of my summer.
Yeah.
So
bro.
injured and down bad. That's the things I
James,
think of.
there is an old phrase, right? When it rains, it pours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of that right there.
Yep.
That'll do it. Just cake it on at that point, you know. I haven't.
was a
I
tough
mean,
one.
I feel you on the sports injuries, football with the concussions. I actually, you guys are talking to the winner of most embarrassing club sports injury, UMass Spring 2016.
What did you win?
You're welcome. Most
Congratulations.
embarrassing club sports injury.
Well, no. What did you injure?
Broke my nose
Ooh.
twice in 2 games in a row of rugby. So I went in there the first game, maybe in for 5 minutes, and my buddy actually was helping me make the tackle, but he was just bigger, and he came in hot. I was a little too high, and his shoulder hit my nose, and we got the guy down, but there was blood. So I get it straightened out. Next game, we're back at it. I'm running for the ball this way. Some guy's coming this way, and his knee just hits it perfectly, and it just breaks. And
Cleans your clock.
I'm walking off the field laughing like a maniac. Like, I need a... like, couldn't believe that it was just twice
Already
in a
thinking
row.
of the Snapchat you're gonna post. Fuck yeah, buddy.
My mom and my sister were there for that game, and like I was like, I need a picture. We were in our white uniforms, so there was blood all over it, but they wouldn't take a picture of it, of me with it like in all the blood, so I had to wear a sweatshirt. But like, I wanted to just be caked
Hell
up,
yeah, that'd
broken
be
nose and
fucking
everything.
sick.
But yeah, that was it. I don't know
That's
if there were any
legendary.
other injuries, because I wasn't even there. I just know that like our captain had to go, and he just goes, "Hey, you won an award, and I accepted the award on your behalf." And I was like,
Really?
What sports
Yeah.
award could I have won at UMass? Are you kidding me?"
That's awesome.
And obviously, it's the most embarrassing
Yeah.
injury one.
One
so
before we close out on this segment, it's not for me, but I did it to someone else basically. We used to play tackle football out in Boston, like JP and shit. And I remember this fucking kid from I forget whatever high school it was, O'Brien, one of the Boston high schools, going into his senior year. This is like the month of September, right? And they kick off the ball, and my fucking large ass ends up catching it, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like let's go, bro, right? And so I already knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna fucking dip up and then just cut to the sideline and then just ride the sideline the whole way up, but make it look as if I wasn't gonna do this, of course. So I go up and run into the side, and I plant that foot and just make the turn. And this dude came and then went to turn with me. But we're on turf, boys.
Ooh.
ACL, MCL, same exact time. See you never. This kid was down, like instantly, like, oh! I fucking
Did he really tear his
Ankle.
ACL?
ACL, MCL. I saw him like a month later, booted up. crutches, and it was his senior year of high school. He had to be on a boot the rest of his senior year of high school because I mixed his ass.
Very
bro.
unfortunate and terrible timing, but at the same time, like, I'd kind of feel like a
beast.
badass.
I'm over here.
A beast.
No one. I got the touchdown because. I mean, largely because everyone was like concerned about their boy rather than hitting me. I dipped up, I scored the touchdown. And what's crazy is that in my sweatpants, my pocket was ripped all the way down. Not only did I mix his shit so bad, he went to grab like the side of my pants, and his finger got into my pocket and like ripped the fucking pants down.
Wow.
That's how like fast I was going, and he was going
That
past
pivot
me.
was legendary.
Legendary pivot, one of the best, probably the best moment of my life.
Have you ever moved like that before?
I don't think I was even moving. I don't think I think it was God took my body
It was
over and
something
was like,
supernatural.
hold on, I gotta teach this dude a lesson. Gotta put him in a boot for a good 8-9 months. You know what I mean? Let me just give you this real quick.
You're
So,
just the lucky guy who
I
got
was
the powers.
just walking with God on that day. Is all.
That's amazing,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? So yeah, shout out to all the injuries out there.
Well, you know who else walks with God? Aubrey Graham, Drake.
I hope you guys are walking
And
with God
after
too.
this commercial break, we'll be all revealing what we think are the top 3 Drake albums of all time.
One of
It's
the
gonna be
best
a good one.
discographies in hip hop and
Facts.
R&B music. So
Facts.
it's gonna be a highly debated debate.
But first,
Stay tuned.
the commercial break.
Hello, everybody. This is Aaron with Boston'sBestDogWalkers.com. You are now listening to Mass Music Radio. We are giving out a special promotion, one-time promotion for anybody that's listening to this channel. 30% off your first hour and a half play group. By all means, check us out, Boston'sBestDogWalkers.com. Your pet needs company, too. We are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We offer a wide array of services from hiking, boarding, training, grooming, a little bit of everything for a little bit of everyone. And by all means, check out Mass Music Radio. Great team of guys, great sounds. Have a great day.
And welcome back to the Mass Music Morning Show. The main topic of today, guys, Drake.
Drizzy.
Arguably
Yes,
the
sir.
biggest artist of our generation.
I'd say so.
I would say so as well. Probably the most influential, the most recognizable, and he's had a plethora of great albums.
Great beard as well. Very
It's a
great
great beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the beard game is strong. That's
Your
fair.
game is strong.
Definitely. And one of the I shouldn't say more successful Jewish people, but at least one of the coolest Jewish people that's ever been, right?
One of the things I loved
Aside
about
from
Drake
us
is,
two
speaking
here,
of being
Besides
Jewish,
you two, of course.
he had
Probably.
what he called a reverse bar mitzvah. So usually a bar mitzvah is when you turn 13. He had one when he turned 31. Well, he had one when he was 13, but the 31,
You
he had another
recharged
one.
the mitzvah.
Exactly.
Recharged your mitzvah. You need it every Thursday.
I'm doing the same shit when I turn 31. Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
have to.
So what we're talking about
Back to
Drake today,
Masada.
correct me if I'm wrong, but it's his top 3 albums of all time?
Yeah, what we think his top 3 albums are.
Of all time. And I guess I can start off because I'm a genius. And I'm going to go with, this is a very Shamus Hill personal answer. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with number 3. And let me just make sure I get it right. We got Thank Me Later.
Okay.
That's the first one.
First project of, besides like the So Far Gone, and if you want to include those October's Very Own type mixtapes,
Yeah.
first real body of work. And I think it was immediately when I first listened to Best I Ever Had, was it?
Yeah.
That big
Yes,
song.
Ev.
Ever since that song blew up, I was like, who is this dude? I was really a big fan leading up to this project. And I always think of the 8th grade trip when we went to New York. I
Hell
bumped this
yeah.
project like it came out right before it. So this whole time I'm listening to this album, I was in New York City with you and
Setting the
like the
vibe.
homies, you know what I'm saying? So number 3, I got to lock in Thank Me Later. Now, I think the classic debate, it's hard. It's a really hard decision to make. But my 1 and 2 are between, obviously, Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. Now, I said I'm going with my personal thoughts on this. So number 2 is Nothing Was the Same. Wow, I think.
Wow.
I know. The thing is, if I'm going for like, in terms of like critical, opinion on his music and shit, probably Nothing Was the Same in terms of cultural influence, in terms of the songs getting out there and that type of shit. I think Nothing Was the Same was probably more of that, a successful album in that term. But Take Care for me that's what made Drake Drake for me, at least. You know what I'm saying? That soft ass, light skin, relationship trouble, love infused music. You know what I mean? That he raps. But he has his R&B fucking moments, you know what I'm saying? He's got the Young Money members on there. He's got fucking Jeezy and Alicia Keys, you know, sorry, excuse me, that's the wrong album. But you know what I'm saying? The Weeknd on fucking on Take Care. I'm gonna say right now, just as my closing regard, that this project alone did a lot for the Weeknd's career. And I think his longevity stems from his appearances on Take Care. So with that in mind, I'm going to go Take Care, with my favorite song off Take Care being Doing It Wrong.
So I will point out, Shamus chose his first 3 albums, right?
I did. And the thing is, not to say I didn't take care, I thought of the other ones, you know what I mean? But these are the best.
And by the 3rd album, I'd say Drake was well on his way to becoming that #1 dude.
100%.
And there was a conversation at the time where it's like, yo, is he going to be that #1 dude? And you think about previous #1 dudes, right? Think about a guy like Biggie Smalls, right? Mm-hmm. He dropped 2 albums and then a posthumous album, right? Think about if Drake had only dropped 2 albums, right? Would you say that like there's that longevity there?
I don't think for Drake specifically.
Because bro, I'll read a few off where it's
specifically, sorry.
Following that, he came with If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, which in my opinion, it was a surprise album. He just dropped it on the fly.
Yeah, for marketing rollouts that was good, but in terms of music, bro, come on.
Slaps on slaps on
This
slaps.
but
wait, is that number 3 for you?
Slaps.
What do you?
I would give that as number 3. Okay. Yeah. Number 3 with just the absolute slaps on there. And he followed it up with another absolute slap. I'm not going to lie, like, What a Time Is Alright, but Views, I thought the marketing, you mentioned the marketing rollout, he did a fantastic job. He's sitting up on the building, right? And think about how many times there was a meme out of that. That was...
he is the most
There's
memeable
good song.
rapper,
I like
think,
in the best summer in the last 5 years, 2016. I mean, he set the tempo. Controller, One Dance.
Those are huge songs.
They're huge
my
songs,
God.
but like
Too Good with I like your style. Dude, at that time, that was the
Too Good is a top 5 Drake song for me.
All right, so that's a number 2. I'd say his numero uno though in the last, however long he's been doing it, it has to be for me is More Life, 2017.
You're
man.
fucking lying,
dude.
You're fucking lying.
Seamus, it's okay.
He walked off.
Nah, Shamus should leave. I might follow him.
Seamus.
More Life.
Yeah.
You need more education, my friend. How dare
as
you?
best album, it's tough. I hope that's coming from a personal spot.
I feel like
Okay.
Shlomo just wants attention.
He's looking-
Here's that attention you awarded, my
We got
friend.
lack thereof.
Shamus left. He's gone.
He's done. Shamus brought up a great point. Because
More Life.
Take Care has a special place in my heart. Nothing Was the Same, I will
you
say,
fucking
is his
serious?
goated album.
More Life?
Yo! Listen,
He says More Life at number
I feel
1.
like that's why he said this, because he wants the reaction out of you or something. I can't believe this.
so here's the thing. You look at the track list he's featuring. He went to UK, bro. Mind you, it was a great move by him. We got features by Georgia Smith, Giggs. He has Skepta on it, Young Thug, Quavo, Travis Scott, 2 Chainz.
Oh, you're not talking
Kanye,
about... We're
Pete
talking
Rock.
about Drake, though. We're not talking about the features.
We're talking about his albums, first of all.
We're talking about Drake, though. We're talking about Drake.
4422, which obviously is not his song, but like the fact that he was like, I'm gonna put this on my album, and it shifted the whole vibe of it.
My huge gripe with this choice is also, I was going to preface this, but I was like, oh, no one will make this fucking mistake. Is that
That's his
wasn't-
worst album.
No, it's not his worst album, but people, even Drake himself said it wasn't technically a Drake album. It was like a collaboration album with a bunch
Yeah.
of different artists. There was like an OVO sound, you know what I mean? More of a all-encompassing thing rather than his directly. So I always think about prefacing by not even including this album in the selection.
No,
but
you got to include it.
I guess we'll have the cheating
Absolutely.
answer.
Listen,
That's
man.
blasphemy, though.
It was a soundtrack for my life, dog. 2017.
It's a good. There's a lot of great songs. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want this to become one of
Alright.
those things where I'm slandering this project because I love a lot of the songs on there. But
Picture this.
His best?
I'm in LA. I'm vibing out. bro.
I get it. I
It
understand.
was a time.
I'm not mad. I'm upset.
That's
I'm upset.
ridiculous.
I clearly
bro.
disappointed Shamus.
You
I
did.
mean,
Big time,
everybody
I
man.
love
knows.
I love the thing is all three that you said I do love. Like they're very good projects.
This
but
man has put up with some serious slander, and that was about that was his limit.
that was the limit.
More Life,
More
number
Life
one?
is the number one Drake album of all time. Killed me.
You
Well,
need to
it's
get
it. I
Shamus
was
out of the
just
room.
naming top 3 for me. I wouldn't say that's numero fucking uno. I guess I went out of order. The third one I mentioned was the first, and
Whoa. So again,
I went 1, 2, 3.
So you think that
If
If
you're
you're
reading
reading
this,
that's his
That's
best
his
album?
best?
slaps on slaps
okay,
on
okay,
slaps
okay,
on
okay.
slaps. Yes.
That's a better answer than
First
More
3,
Life.
yeah,
that's
what?
a worse answer? That's
Then
crazy.
More Life.
That's a
I would
worse
put that at
answer.
number 1.
That's a
No.
worse
I would.
answer.
I'd
More
put it
Life
top
is
3
better-
anywhere
More
it's
Life
acceptable. Top
and
3.
Views are better than if
There's
you're reading
no
this
way.
is More Life.
Views is-
Take Care is better.
No.
If you're reading this is too late.
Take Care is yes.
What songs have you so captivated? Besides, like I don't understand
For which album?
for if you're reading this is too late. I mean,
what's the best
obviously-
song off that
I was
album?
gonna say what song on there? What Know Yourself? is-
Energy.
Energy.
Let's
Like
see.
they're forgettable songs. In my honest
No, they're
opinion,
not, bro.
I think
What
they're
are you talking
forgettable.
about?
Know Yourself
Here's
and
the thing.
Jungle are the only 2 songs that are getting plays for me in 2021 off of If You're Reading
All
This
right.
Is Too Late.
Let me paint a picture for y'all.
Paint it.
Because I have a memory like an elephant. I can specifically
I was gonna
remember.
say, I don't know
this
what that
dude
means at all.
Shamus. I've seen this man dancing, singing every single one of these
I
songs.
have.
at top
I
volume.
have. I have.
In the
I
year it
know
came
all of
out,
them.
2015.
Yeah, but this is
And
2021.
now, slander. He's so quick to forget.
I'm not quick to forget. I'm quick to
forget.
understand what happens with time, though. And I think a part of the excitement that you're remembering is the fact that we were chilling in the dorm room in Southwest when it. Oh, what the fuck? If you're reading this, it's too late. What's this? Oh, it's a Drake. It was a whole moment, and I get that. But the songs, bro, they're not better than anything. Nothing was the same. Oh, the only 2. That's
a
the
great
2.
album.
The 2 I will accept for that conversation are Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. If we're not having that discussion, if they're the best, though.
Nothing Was the Same was a great album.
That's
That's
what-
the thing. It's hard to say because they're all
great, and
projects.
that's the thing. I love this album. Like I'm not.
I have it at number 3. If you're reading this, it's too late, and a lot of it comes from the marketing about it. It was out of
It was
nowhere.
there.
It's a sick
Changed
fucking
marketing.
album title.
Yeah.
Like
The
if
whole
you're
thing,
reading this,
yeah.
it's too late. Like it's
And that
it's
was
done.
the whole thing. It
It's-
was like,
it's
what
too
do
late.
you mean if I'm reading?
Too late for
Like,
what?
what is
It's
this?
too
And then,
late.
You know what I mean? Like
the
it was
game's
crazy.
already been over. You
And
know?
an absolute flex.
Yeah.
He bought a plane like a year and a half, like a jumbo 747 jet. And on the bottom of the plane, in the same writing, it says, if you're reading
Yeah.
this, we already left.
Yeah.
So when you look up, it's like, oh shit.
No, that shit was crazy.
That's some gangsta shit.
Best.
The-
I
the
think
little
that changed
symbol
marketing
too,
for
the
music.
hands.
Yeah, that changed marketing for music for several years.
There's
Up
nothing-
until now.
A kid wrote it. Someone with awful handwriting just wrote some words, and
Yeah.
that's one of the most marketable albums
Exactly.
of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time. I also think Nothing Was. So I put that at 3. Nothing Was the Same at 2, and Take Care at 1.
See that? That's
Nothing
a
Was
man
the Same. I like on the marketing
I can respect
as well, because that side profile, the
The head in
amount
the
of
cloud.
memes and just like
Yeah.
things that blew up because of it, and it's a very appealing cover. He has his
Started
I
from the
assume it's-
bottom.
gonna say, dude. That,
Yeah,
that's
as a
why I was
kid.
like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're not even gonna have
Oh.
that song in your top 3. Like,
and
what
the
the hell?
the deluxe with him and the older
That's
version.
what I mean.
Looking,
Yeah.
And fucking, you got Jay-Z on
Yeah.
there. You got fucking, you
Whole
got
album.
you got fucking everything on there.
Whole
Furthest
album.
Thing, Janae Aiko, Wu-Tang Forever. Own it. Shlomo, the thing is, I
then
know
Take
that the
Care
reason
has
I'm
to be
saying
number
this is
one. Oh,
because
man.
how many times have I been in the whip with Shlomo when we're bumping this album?
I need to go back. I haven't
billion.
listened to this album in a long time. It's 2013. It's been a long
It's
time.
a long time, but I play a lot
Wow.
of these songs still. Tuscan
Furthest
Leather
Thing.
music. Tuscan Leather music is arguably the greatest intro of any hip hop album in the last 30
I'm
years.
I don't know if I've ever seen him this worked up.
I'm pleasantly
I know
surprised.
Drake.
guy,
I know
dude.
I'm a Drake stan, bro, and I've always said that. I was on Drake. Yo, I remember back in the day in high school, motherfuckers, we talk about Drake is so soft. Drake is this. I always respected his music. I respected his discography, and the fact that we're even having this conversation now of talking about like all that's come from Drake, it's like, come on, dude. All the artists. The Weeknd, we have the
Facts.
Weeknd in part because of Drake.
I'm pleasantly surprised because when I posed this topic, this question, I really thought, oh, this is going to be 4 people reciting different orders. Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and insert third Drake album here. Shlomo went a bit different route. I think he's obviously going to regret that. But the correct answer is number 1 is Nothing Was the Same. Sorry, Take Care lovers, but Take Care is number 2, and then there's
The motto.
Huh?
I'm
The motto.
Man, y'all don't
The
get it, do you?
motto.
Type
Over
money.
my dead
Everybody
body.
acting like
If
they knew
that's
ya.
not if that song doesn't make that album number one,
Number
The
two.
motto.
Take Care's number 2. And number
Look what
3.
you've done for me.
And number 3 is really the interesting
Such a
one.
good
It hasn't been mentioned yet. And that's Care Package, his 3rd best album.
Well, that album I would say is
Oh!
it's a collection. It's a collection of like singles. It's not really an album. It is an album. Like, he
It
just
was
dropped
released
it,
as an
but-
album. It's the secret new Drake album, and it's his 3rd best album. All those singles are fucking slappers.
what singles? What
They are. They were already released though.
What do we
Like
got
those
here?
are just songs he threw in between albums.
This is crazy.
I've said it before. Drake could probably have. You know, certain like you go. I don't know if people doing it anymore, but you go to the CD store, whatever, Newberry Comics, and you'll see Aerosmith's greatest hits, Queen's greatest hits. Drake could have several volumes of greatest hits with just his features alone, like not even on his album.
Yeah, honestly, like off of his hits too. Imagine like a Drake's hits. That'd be like a 3 CD fucking thing. At that point, I would just say, fuck the greatest hits. Just listen to his whole discography.
Yeah.
Care Package.
Care Package, number 3. I mean,
Dropped
you
in
seem to think it's
2019.
pretty blasphemous, no? I
It
mean,
has the
blasphemous
motion.
take, but it's fucking also a spicy hot take.
There's
Probably
one song
some
on it.
Deranged fucker out there that agrees with you.
There's
though.
one song on it, "The Motion," right? Which it was like a leak or it was dropped. It wasn't on an album. It was dropped long ago.
All of these songs were.
And I forgot about it. I'm actually riding with Gianni, his brother, like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. And he pops in. Gianni's old school. He had a CD, like a case of CDs. He throws in this random mixtape. And
Shamus is mixed.
it was some album. And at
used
the
to mix
very
these.
end, like there was a few tracks he just threw on this album. It was a little mixtape. And The Motion came on. And like, you don't understand like the feeling I got when I heard the intro. And I was like, yo. Because it wasn't until they dropped Care Package, it wasn't on streaming. Like I hadn't heard it in
Yeah, it was a bunch of Drake
years. dude.
Lucy's that were never out. Like, how about now? We were bumping that shit freshman year of college.
Dreams Money Can Buy.
Dreams Money
4
Can
p.m. in
Buy.
Calabasas, 5 a.m. in Toronto.
I wouldn't-
Rap
I
Day?
get that it's
Wait, isn't
as
there
an album,
a-
but it's like it's not an album in my eyes.
It is. It is an
I
album.
agree. I'm
Walking
one
in
almost out where
Calabasas.
it's like it's just
It's an
you
album.
Just put it out there.
He put all of his. What's better than a Lucy? All right.
You know what the funniest thing is? You guys love talking about this project. I haven't heard anyone talk about Trust Issues. The
Trust-
best song on that.
There you
project.
go. And there you go.
It's a great, but
Wow.
it's kind of like more life to me, where it's like
I probably have more life at number 3 if I don't count Care Package.
I've heard so much blasphemy.
But it's not number 1.
before, and-
It's not, I thought Shlomo earlier was saying that it was
I
number
thought
1,
Shlomo was
and
saying more.
I
I
thought you said-
wanted
yeah,
to
as
fight
well.
him.
I was like, dude, this dude's fucking crazy. I mean, you.
He walked off the set.
I had to.
He was
you left me
upset,
no other
man.
choice. You know.
Shout out to Drizzy Drake, man.
Shout out to Drake. You know, I'm gonna probably go listen to Nothing Was the Same and smoke a fat blizz.
Oh, it sounds
Although
like
fat.
it's early in the morning and I shouldn't do that.
Start
I
your
might
day
have
off
to
right.
start today off with just a fat blue.
I do want to say a shout out to Drake from me specifically because I used to be a big Drake hater.
Oh, you're one
Like,
of those.
I used to.
Ah.
I'm not a slow jams guy. Like the
Oh,
or like the
boo.
Question:
what?
What made you
think
flip?
it was too soft,
flip
right? You
that
thought it was
switch?
too soft, like most other people did.
Was it a song, an
Thought he
album?
was too, dude, come on.
People thought it was too soft. I
he
get
went
that.
from Degrassi
He
to
was
making
soft.
like soft music. Like I'm like, I don't like this guy. I don't need to. I don't. Why do I like him? What made it change? I mean, honestly, the song "Forever." I really like that song. That kind of gave me a new respect because I mean, he's fighting with the big dogs up
Yeah,
there. You
he
know,
held his own,
punching with
too.
Lil Wayne, Eminem,
killed
Is
that
Kanye
shit.
as well.
Yep,
Kanye as well, yeah.
Kanye.
Yeah, all of them killed it. That might be one of my favorite songs ever. But I think like that, and then his more like upbeat ones. Nothing Was the Same, I think, really kind of took it from like, that's when I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I fuck with Drake heavy.
Because he had a nice blend of like R&B, but then he like when he was rapping, like Wu-Tang Forever, when he's rapping, man, he flipped
I like
the
him.
switch.
I like him better at rap because he has that energy. He brings something to the rap game that nobody has done before. Where I think his slow jams are more like any R&B singer could be putting this out. It didn't really stand out for me, but his rap game did. Back to back.
Oh yeah, his quotables, like any lot, like lyric,
back to back, like
he
I'm
knows how
Jordan
to get-
96, 97. Whoa.
Braggadocious
That line,
Drake
I
is
love
way
that
better than
line.
crying
Drake.
over bitches Drake.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
I
Get
don't-
cocky with
I
it,
don't
Drake.
agree. I think I love toxic masculinity flying over Catwoman Drake when he's just like he's.
I'm not saying I'm not against
and
it.
also,
but-
He's preaching. He's
Shlomo talked
preaching.
shit.
But
He had the audacity to say that fucking Views was better than What a Time to Be Alive, and that's something I can't let go of.
well, because you're just a future
He just
groupie.
hates my selections today. Damn,
because
son.
they've been wrong, you know. And What a Time to Be Alive was, I think, arguably when you speak on that train, that what changed people like Drake to be like, you know what, maybe I will give this guy a chance. Maybe he isn't a huge pussy. I think What a Time to Be Alive.
What a Time to Be
huge
Alive.
thing
The
for that.
only really bad thing is Drake's worst song ever is on that track.
Yeah, if you talk about
and it's
Plastic
called
Bag,
Plastic Bag. It's the worst Drake song ever.
I've seen What Makes You Cheer, so I don't give a fuck. Plastic Bag's amazing. Digital Dash is amazing.
Great song.
Jerseys, fucking. I mean,
We're naming songs off that future collab.
He's just like
Yeah.
he is a pop culture icon. At this point.
Jumpman, change
YOLO.
locations. I'm the plug.
Yeah.
Created YOLO, right?
What?
Scholarships? You don't.
Yeah, YOLO definitely. Like,
YOLO,
that was a
he
whole
created
generation.
YOLO.
He did
didn't
create
he?
YOLO.
That's
That's like inventing swag. Like, why
yeah.
would you?
Same with
like,
What a Time to Be Alive. Like what a vibe this guy has. I think I don't think that there will be a work that he can make that will be better than Take Care. But I still think
No.
he has a top 3 album
think-
waiting to be put out.
Well,
I don't know,
Take Care
dude. This
was where
Certified
he-
Lover Boy, bro, might be it.
Oh God, no.
I don't know, bro.
No. I
you
hope
never
so.
know.
What is
I
this?
hope so.
His new album.
His new album. It's supposed to come out in January.
Oh, I was gonna, it hasn't dropped yet.
no,
then.
it hasn't
Okay.
dropped. It's May now. He hasn't dropped.
You think it could be good?
I think so. I think that's the reason he's holding. I think he's gonna have another Nothing Was the Same, Take Care-esque album. I do think my thing about Drake is, my only real gripe with him is that he is one of the biggest culture vultures in the world. Like,
yeah,
on
he steals
dogs.
flow. I mean, but then again,
Steals
like he
flows, like
takes a lot of influence.
he influenced. Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know if that's all in all a bad thing or not. My personal thing though is, I
does
would
with
like to
respect,
see
I
these
think.
styles done by the artists or the people from that area or whatever the case may be. Like when he was doing that like UK grime flow, and like using the slang, and it's like, I understand it, I get it, but I was like, it's just, why are you doing this?
Well, here's the thing: you gotta look at it from an artistic standpoint. It's like you can only do the same style, same genre. Like there's artists who are great that they just have this one lane, right?
Yeah.
But for longevity, I mean, you have to. It's like any sort of artist. Like whether you're a professional wrestler, like as time goes on, you need to evolve and
But I
change your
think
craft.
you can do
bro.
that within your own realm and space without having
Well-
to borrow from other cultures, from other geographical locations, from other scenes entirely.
But if you take a step back and think about like what a force like Drake, like he's like you said, a pop star. Him coming into a music scene, like a grime scene, where it's starting to bubble and just giving that little cosign with like a feature from Drake.
No, it's huge. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
huge,
my
you know?
goodness.
But
Even
I just
trap
think you
music,
can go
bro.
about that without you yourself, not you, but like Drake himself, like doing the accent and stuff. Like there are ways to support a scene without you being the one that has to like put the art on. You know what I mean?
Which
Like,
is one of these grime songs that
he has that one. What's the fucking name of it?
KMT?
KMT. Yeah, is that the one? No,
He's-
not
he's
KMT.
pretty influential in like UK, like grime, just like pop scene. But it's like, yo, him being featured on any other artist tracks, like immediately, like it boosts whoever the hell he's featured with. They're like, oh, like a new Drake song, but like, who is this new guy, right? And he has that power to take just an average, like, you know, up and comer to like, oh shit, like this person's real deal, right? You think about artists who Migos, household name now, like Versace remix, bro. Him getting on that track sort of put a lot. Like, granted, they had a couple hits, but it's like when they got on a track with him or he got on a track with them, that was like, oh
even
shit.
you have
it boosted
Stormzy,
him.
dude, going on the Breakfast Club, and he even says like a lot of purists won't like it. You know what I mean for the genre, but like having a figurehead that's as big as an artist as Drake is only a positive thing for the.
Yeah, it brings
That's
a
what
lot
he
of
says,
attention
you know?
to the scene as a whole.
Exactly. What I think there is an argument there though about the style of how it's done. You know, but like I do shout him out for that. But you know what I'm saying? There's also the fucking sweatshop mentality of Drake where he keeps fucking artists like Party Next Door and other artists down, you know what I'm saying? Rather than
I
fucking
don't
uplifting
believe that,
them.
dog.
I do,
PND definitely gets
100%.
writers' credits for
He
like,
gets
for,
credits, but it could be his own discography.
Who cares? They're getting paid. He's taking care of his boy.
I mean, money's money, and money would be there regardless.
And
of
money
what
is the reason why I think Certified Lover Boy won't be as classic as a album like Nothing Was the Same and Take Care, because the man has already proved without a shadow of a doubt he is
That's a
what he
fair
is.
point.
And he doesn't have to put the effort in.
That's a
and I
side
really
of it.
think he needs to, not what he needs to do, but what he's going to be doing is kind of what Dwayne Johnson is. I think Drake is going to be out of the rap game fairly soon, and he's going to become one of the biggest box office actors in the world.
well, he already comes
That's my
from
prediction
acting,
like next 10 years.
I could see that happening, but
He'll
I
be-
could
he'll
also
be back
see.
in
I
it,
don't think
yeah.
he'll ever stop making music. I think Drake's one of those types where like
He's
he'll always.
flirted with it though before. I mean,
think he's
all
said that.
rappers kind of always
You know what
flirt
I
with like,
mean?
oh, I'm
I
retiring,
don't think he'll
but
ever, even if it's to the point where he's not releasing it publicly. Like I think he's one of those people that's an artist, and like that is what he's put on.
well,
here
you
to
think
do,
about
know?
his girl Rihanna. Like Rihanna hasn't put out new music, and
But she's been in the booth. She's been like teasing music. You know what I mean? Like whether she's gonna put it out or not, like that's to be
Exactly.
decided. But these people,
Oh my
like
God,
they're not.
that
They
would
don't
shock
exist
the
just
world
for.
would just freak out.
Yeah, they don't exist just for like the pleasure of consumers and their stands and their fans and shit. Like these people are people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And
Dog, she's been busy with that makeup company
Fenty.
making bands. So
Fenty,
like,
dude, we gotta say it
new
by
ventures.
name. Lingerie company now too. Like what? She's expanding, bro.
She
Gotta
can
love
do
it.
anything related to sexiness, and it's going to sell.
Jake will
better.
buy it.
I would
I'll buy it. I already got her
I
bras
was
at
gonna say
home.
I get the Savage X Fenty.
My
emails.
bras, technically, I bought
There you
them.
go.
Exactly. Same
Not
here.
her bras. I haven't
See that?
stolen
See
any.
that? Only two getting play over here.
Yeah,
You know
right.
it.
Shaming it.
You talking to me?
Damn, son. Well, shout out to Drake. Big ups.
Shout
Big
out
ups
to
to
Drake.
the
Yeah.
six guy.
Let us know what
Big
your
ups.
number one album is, and if it's Take Care or Nothing Was the Same, explain why, so I can tell Versace why he's wrong.
Thank you so
That'd
much
be
for
lovely.
tuning in, guys. Until next time, stay blessed. Peace.
And do something good.